Welcome back to a brand new podcast here, the ScatterBrian podcast, number 7. Lucky number 7. That means one of my listeners today will get lucky in winning a grand prize trip to... And that would be great, right? And the airfare equivalent cost is... So all you have to do is go to the comments and... That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Welcome to a ScatterBrian podcast. I am your host, Brian, and it is currently 8:14 in the morning, Saturday, September 24th of 2022. Back here on another Saturday, ready to talk some scatterbrain nonsense. First thing on the scatterbrain nonsense is it's about 76 degrees here in El Mirage. And every time I see a police officer in El Mirage, okay, this isn't a ticket-related story. Thankfully, no new tickets. That's only for surprise. All right. Well, the city where I live, El Mirage, whenever I see a cop car, I see the things on the side, EMPD, standing for El Mirage Police Department. Perfect sense, right? Well, if you were a fan of hip-hop, and you know classic hip-hop, there was a famous group called EPMD. I don't recall what it stands for, but it was two guys. They're always about making business. EPMD. EMPD. Way too similar. And I gotta believe this group came around first, so I will forever call El Mirage PD EPMD. But hopefully I never have to talk to them. So we're back here with number 7 of my podcast. And this was a tough one. This was a tough week. I hope everyone out there listening had a great week. It was productive. It was healthy. This has been a tough week for me. And I'm trying to think of what I could say, what I could speak to. And I think today's topic will be hobbies. Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobbies with Bobby. I can't think of anything else. So, hobbies. For those of you that do know, and those that you don't, first time hearing it, I actually used to play trumpet a lot. And I say used to because I don't think I've picked up my trumpet in over a year. What? Over a year? That hurt my voice, hurt my throat. Yeah, I haven't picked up the trumpet in over a year. And that's a shame. The trumpet was always a safe haven for me. A little bit of a backstory. I did start playing in 4th grade. My granddad was always a big pusher of trumpet. He was at every event. And in addition to the rest of my family. But every concert, every band event, my mom, my grandmother, my grandfather were always supportive. I also had a trumpet teacher. He was a friend of my grandparents. So that was big when I started. I started work with him in 6th grade and worked all through probably the middle of high school. I developed a lot of skills. A lot of skills that people would, pay lots of money to learn. But I was thankful enough that it was a family friend and I he was willing to teach. I want to say rest in peace to my old trumpet teacher and my grandfather. These aren't recent passings, but I think that affected my ability to play trumpet. I think that affected my drive to want to pick up the trumpet. The trumpets, it was started off as just, a fun instrument to play in band. But over the course of, 25 years, it's allowed me to play in hip-hop bands, parades. I played in Hawaii with the church church band. I've, been in all kind of settings because of the trumpet. Most recently out here, I did use it for a YouTube video, but prior to that, I was part of a community college band. I enjoyed that, but it was just different, Hobbies are fun, and I feel like sometimes they're good for a time, but after a while, you got to really push yourself to do them. When I think of concert band, when I think of sitting down and playing the trumpet with first chair, second chair, you got the flutes, the clarinets, and the saxophones, trombones, tubas, everybody around the whole, band. I think back to the fun days of high school where life was less stressful. Sure, I actually had the same amount of money as I did in high school. I was broke then and I'm broke now. Scott's Tots. Shout out for those of you that watch The Office. Scott's Tots is such a great reference episode. But it was fun at that time. I had my friends, I had all that. And I found that playing in this adult community band at Glendale Community College, while it was fun and I was scratching that trumpet itch, it was different. And I pushed back. And it's not because the median age of the people there was probably like 40. And I was, 28 at the time. I just didn't connect with people like I did back in high school. Which is understandably. And I'm sure you could talk to everybody listening around the world that is no longer in their comfort zone of their high school friends or whatever area they felt most free to be themselves. And that, when you lose that, we got to find it. So the trumpet always was something that's been consistent in my life, whether it's in college, just playing at basketball games, or with a bunch of college friends doing hip hop music. Shout out to Honor Flow Productions. Now I have to shift gears. I don't have that external drive, that group that's relying on me to get better. And I really struggled with it. I wanted to teach Regina how to play, but, that's a big instrument, and I would hate to impose something on her, but I think she likes hearing the trumpet, and I'm going to do it more. Probably 8 years back, I went on Craigslist, and I saw a clarinet for sale. Never played clarinet. I know how to read music. For those of you that are music nerds, it's in the same key as the trumpet. They're both B-flat instruments. And how appropriate that I, Brian, play a B-flat instrument. But anyways, I saw one on Craigslist, went over, bought it for I think $60 or something, and went straight to YouTube to learn. Surprisingly, I learned. I could play a few songs on there. Not nearly as good as a trumpet, of course, but in about a month's time, I had got enough skill to where I could play a song on clarinet. And it took me back to a time where I had a drive to learn instruments. Why? I don't know. Just to say I could play them. And that's what I'm going to start getting back into. That's a hobby that I want to get back. I was watching a movie this week. Gosh, I can't even remember the name of it. It has Kevin James, and he's like a UFC fighter. He's a teacher. He wants to make money, whatever for the school. But there's a scene where he walks into his co-worker's house, who's a band director, and he just has instruments all over the place. Now, he was repairing them for students that couldn't afford instruments and things like that, but it gave me that drive to want to learn instruments again. It's a tall task, but this is 2022, baby. I can go on OfferUp, find a cheap instrument, go on YouTube, get some free lessons, and check it off the box. So that's what's going to be a new segment starting here on the Tabs channel. It's going to be me learning a new instrument and then performing a song for you with that instrument. Whoa. Get your ears ready for that one. I haven't decided when it's going to start, but this is something that if you're interested in, stay tuned. Stay tuned. This is going to be a crazy drive. I have some ideas on what instruments I want to do next, but I think it's important I get back to my roots. I get back to the trumpet, build up that musical reading skill, build up that passion I had at one point. So I will be starting with the trumpet, I can tell you that. Followed by the clarinet the next week. And then after that, we'll see where it goes. And I'll let you know when these episodes will be dropping, because they're going to be bonkers. Freaking bonkers. And when I say bonkers, I don't mean like actual bonkers. I mean like pretty boring, but fun to do. Fun to do for me. I might even turn the camera on and let you see me play. Actually, you know what? That probably will have to have the camera on. I don't want to fake it. I don't want people to think I'm grabbing trashy recordings of clarinet and then posting them as mine. I could lie and get good clarinet recordings, but I'd probably get copyrighted or sued or something. So, but yeah, that's something I want to do. That's a hobby that was there a long time ago, that brought me joy, that I need to return to. You know, each week I feel like God, if you believe in God, life, whatever you think is a higher power, I think God. God has been showing me what I need to do. He's been showing me the next steps for a long time. Whether I listened or not is up to me. So that's number 7. That is ScatterBrian number 7. Hope you found something encouraging or insightful with this recording. Again, I thank you so much to everyone that's listening to it. You know, not only am I getting therapy out of this, but it's keeping me accountable. You know, I know people are going to listen in, so I know I gotta stick to it. So I'm not trying to throw anybody's Saturday off, you know. You miss a Saturday and everybody's like, what's up, Brian? You know, my whole weekend was ruined. The month is ending. You know, no, JK. But it is keeping me accountable, and I want to keep doing this. So if you'd like to follow me, you can always. I am at Instagram, Right Arm Hexane. More details on that name. You could follow this YouTube channel, or you could just hack my phone and follow me around the city as I pass by the EMPD, listening to EPMD. And yeah, I looked it up. That's Eric and Parrish Making Dollars. EPMD. So 2 guys, Eric and Parrish Making Dollars. Not El Mirage Police Department. So similar. But anyways, thank you all for listening in. I do hope you have a fantastic week. I hope it's productive. I hope it's healthy. I hope it's insightful to the next steps. Thanks for listening. Peace.